Are you evolving with grace? That's what I'm trying to do. I'm Shania. Welcome back to my channel, Evolve with Grace. The sun is shining through the windows, so I felt like this is the perfect location to have a conversation about the next year. Your happy plan. Do you have a happy plan? I have a happy planner. Hello, happy. Guess the name says it all. I want to have a conversation about new moments, new beginnings. Do you look at 2026 as a new start? Does the ball dropping mean that your life is going to change? Are you anybody different December 31st from who you are on January 1st of 2026? Probably not. Um, I have given up resolutions uh, years ago. Years ago, it's like I think that I started treating them like a diet. You know, you go on it, you do really good, and then you fall off. And then you look at the end of the year, and you or mid year, look at the end of the year, the mid year, and you say, "Oh, I didn't do any of the things that I said I was going to do as my New Year's resolution." So I stopped doing that. I don't do New Year's resolutions. However, as much as I reflect on the past, and if you watch my last video, is a reflection of my past year, uh, I'm trying to envision what I want for the next 365 to come after January. In January, I always tell my kids and anybody who knows me that I always say every moment is a new beginning. You can choose who you want to be at any moment. You can choose how you want to show up for others at any moment. Uh, it's not a date on the calendar. It's not an age. It is not a year. It is not a ball dropping. It is a decision. What are you deciding for yourself in the calendar year of 2026? What are you hoping for? What do you want to be like? So this is what I'm saying. I said to myself, there's a lot of great things in 2025 which I reflected on. And there are some things in 2025 that taught me some life lessons. Maybe some places where I can course correct or take a moment to pause, slow down. I hate to say this, but the most peaceful time of my adult life, when I felt really centered, like really grounded and quiet, was during the time that we couldn't leave our houses. Um, my family and I played tic-tac-toe. I missed seeing other people, sure. I touched grass. I started a garden beds. Um, I let sun just sit on my face. Sunshine shining on my face. Um, I know that everybody's life experience is different. You know, I'm in my house at that time of my life. I was never alone. So that was kind of a benefit. And I do know that other people's life experiences are different. I'm speaking from mine. And I can tell you that that period of time made me slow down and reflect and focus on a lot of things. What I'm planning to do for my happy plan is to focus on things that make me happy. So this planner that I just got yesterday is not about my schedule. It is not about the to-dos and the tasks. This planner is going to be my self-love plan, my self-care plan. What do I want to do that make me happy? Yes, every Wednesday we'll say Mahjong. Stretching. Maybe did I meditate? Did I give time to prayer? Did I do something nice for myself? Sit by a window of sunshine with a cup of tea? Did I make a YouTube video and have a conversation with other beautiful friends that I have not met? That's my plan. Part of my plan for 2026. My plan is to not sweat the small stuff. My plan is to focus on what is and to be present in the present of my life. Why am I saying that to you? What do I mean by that? Being present in the present of my life, showing value to the things that I value. I don't know, this stuff just comes off my head. I'm very unscripted if you haven't noticed. Social media. Social media can be such a gift. You can go to YouTube University. You can learn about anything you want to know. You can be inspired. No, baby. Mommy's talking. No. Come here. Down. You can be inspired. You can be motivated. You can learn something new. Hold, please. Would you believe that somebody had the nerve to walk down his street? I think it was a four-legger. Anyhow, what I was saying is, I love YouTube and I love social media. I feel like it has its place in our life and time. But I do find that too much time of our lives is given to it. And the time that if you give time to something and you find value in it, it's benefiting your life in some way, then I say, yeah, that's wonderful. But I do find that a lot of time is spent on other people's lives. Not too long ago, I remember telling a friend about a movie that I saw. And she said to me, oh, I don't have time to watch a movie. I'm too busy. And I'm like thinking, a movie's 2 hours long. It's a really good movie. You're really going to like it. And she's like, I'm too busy to watch a movie. Well, the next day, or that week, I noticed that I had about 10 Instagram DMs of other people's reels that she watched and sent to me. There's a good chance that the time that was spent on getting those reels was more than 2 hours. I think that our phones and social media has become a distraction of our lives. Content creation, right? I started watching YouTube, I'm going to say, as a part of my day-to-day in 2020. I was in my house and there was nothing to do sometimes. So I watched women who cleaned and decorated and organized. Well, that motivated me to get up and organize. And sometimes I would have a video playing and I'm cleaning and organizing along with my favorite content creators at that time. I felt like I was getting something from it. It was benefiting my life. Those same people that I may have watched could have been starting out on YouTube, kind of like maybe I am. And maybe their goals are different. For me, my goals are to connect with other women and have a conversation. I'm not invested in the likes. I do like for people to like it. I do like for people to subscribe because I think that's how I can connect with more people. But it's not a financial goal for me. It's not a business goal for me right now. And the same people that I watched, over the years, I've watched their lives change. And perfect example, the cleaning and organizing. No. Hold, please. I love watching videos on cleaning and organizing and decorating the home. And that's how I discovered the Target Dollar Spot. And at the time, I was heavily influenced by the decorating sector of YouTube as to where I think they knew my name at Target Dollar Spot. I've so far past that. But at the time, it brought value to my life. I have an older home. It doesn't have a lot of closet space, and it doesn't have a lot of space for storage. So watching women organize their spaces and getting tips and ideas was beneficial to where I was in my life. Perfect example. I felt that I needed more cabinet space. The house doesn't come with a pantry. I put shelves in a hallway and put all of our dry ingredients there. Like pastas and beans and cereals. And it's on a shelf and it looks pretty. It's aesthetic. It's aesthetically pleasing. And that worked out for me. That helped me come up with a solution, have a solution for a problem that I had. But over time, the same YouTubers that I watched, I guess their channel grew and they made a business out of it. Then they started building houses. And the houses that they built had kitchen cabinets to the ceiling, the islands, the pantries, the wet bars, the butler's pantry, all these things that they have in their house. Their lives are revolving because they're not in the same financial stage that they were in, and they moved forward, and their content changed to the cleaning and organizing, but in a house that has a place for everything and everything in its place. So that same YouTuber, once they started having their K cups or pods, coffee pods, lined up in drawers, there's really not much that you can help me with when you're organizing. But you like the people, you like the content, so you stay with them because we're loyal people. As people, we are very loyal at times, and we stick to something because that's what we did. What I'm not going to do is continue to give my time to things that are not beneficial in my life. I don't need to watch them in their big houses with the sorted colored K-cups and the walk-in closets that now have like Louis Vuitton bags on the top. That is not realistic to my life. So when people create content, they're trying to reach an audience. Well, just like anything else in life where we evolve, their audience is going to change. It's not relatable. If you think back in the day, back in the day, oh my gosh, watching series like Knots Landing, you had to wait to the next week to get to the next part. And then we started watching, like everything was scripted. It was TV shows and movies. And then we got reality TV. And we all liked reality TV because it was reality. It was relatable. Like, oh, look at these normal people living their life. Oh, look at the guy that's married to 6, 7 women. We started watching that kind of stuff because it was not scripted. I'm finding now more that those reality shows are not really reality, and it's for the ratings. Arguments are staged to get drama. It's the same thing with social media. A lot of things are set up for clicks, for the likes, for the shares. And I'm finding that more and more people want that lifestyle. They portray that lifestyle. So the viewers on the other end, and we're consuming this filtered version of what someone else's reality is. It gives us the impression that that's what life is supposed to be like. Long are the days where people just took pictures of fun times and experiences. It's the perfect picture for the perfect post that people are going to like. It is the pose. It is not just people having fun, because it's what you want other people to think of it. So I can easily go down the rabbit hole with that, and I have chosen for my happy plan for 2026 is to not consume things that are not aligned with where I am in life. I will watch stuff on perimenopause. You know why? Because I'm perimenopausal. I will watch things about personal finance because I'm very passionate about personal finance. I got a PhD from the School of Hard Knocks, and I love helping other people. Hence why I'm continually educating myself so that I can help others grow. I'm not going to I'm not going to be a Debbie Downer. Sorry, Debbie. I've come to the realization that a lot of time is spent on the content of other people's lives. And those moments when I felt at my weakest, I just wanted my life. I didn't care about what anybody else was doing, saying, and you really shouldn't care. But the more you consume other people's thoughts, opinions, experiences, realities, it kind of disconnects you from your own. I joke around with my husband all the time and say, I can't walk and chew gum at the same time. And I don't like when he agrees with me. No, sir, you will not go back to the window again. We're not doing that again. Come on, over here. You can't, I can walk and chew gum. But it's very hard to be present in multiple things. So if I have my earbuds in and I'm listening to something that's making me laugh, or I have my face in my phone and I'm scrolling or I'm searching, I'm not in tune with my surroundings. Do you ever see those people who are looking at their phone and walk across the street and almost get hit by a car? Or they trip and fall? You cannot be in multiple places at one time. It is very distracting. And I heard it's not good for your brain. It's not good for your health, your brain health, to be stimulated from so many different things. If you have a family or pets, anybody that relies on your presence, pause sometimes and look at yourself and think, how present am I in these moments? Because moments change like that, like that, like that. They change. And if you waste them looking at someone else's moments, someone else's filtered moments meant for sponsorship, viewership, or whatever kind of ship, all that ship, you're missing out on your own. You can't get them back. There's no redos. I look at our girls and I'm like, man, I wish I could do their childhood all over again, being the person that I am today. Not the 20-something, 30-something-year-old person who didn't have patience, who's still trying to figure out life, still trying to, create a foundation. I wish that I could redo my children's childhood with who I am today. But I can't. There are no redos. You don't realize the moments that you missed until you missed them. Again, just pops off my head. And you know why I don't script and do that? Because I don't want to give more time on the things that are not of value to me than just sitting here and having this conversation with you. You don't know the moments that you missed until you miss them. Or you look at them somewhere else and you say, oh, I wish I would have spent more time at the park with my kids. I wish I would have paid more attention. I wish I would have had more conversations. That's something to think about. And this is no judgment, because I'm speaking from my own habits. Again, like I said, I'm not only a president, I'm a client. Meaning that I'm not speaking to throw stones at anybody, because I live in a glass house where my husband says he said something to me, and granted, it could be part of where my mindset is, that I'm all over the place. He'll say, oh, I told you that, babe. And I'm like, what? You did? What was I doing? Was I having a conversation? Was I looking something up? What was I doing? Because I don't remember having this conversation with you. I don't remember you saying it. And it makes me feel bad to say that. I can't imagine how it made him feel to hear me say that. This is the first time I'm hearing you say this. I think that is a common thing lately. I think that we miss out on things because we're like, yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah. But you're more interested in what's going on your phone, or what's going on in the TV set, or what's going on with those who are trying to influence you are influencing you with. People have become walking commercials. I get you have your brand sponsors and you're selling something, and you do. People who do social media for lifestyle, for business, I think a lot of it started with stay-at-home moms that needed to bring in some income. Everybody's a commercial. Everybody's trying to sell you something. I don't want to sell you anything. I want to have conversations with you about real life and your own personal happiness. What is your plan for your future. Not just cutting out your pictures and sticking them on your vision board. What are you going to do to protect your peace? In 2026, that's what it's going to be for me. It's going to be protecting my peace. Kind of filtering the filtered world and deciding if that world is bringing value to mine. Can I learn something? Does it make me feel good when I'm done? Does it make me feel empowered? I don't want to look at the people who have the big, beautiful kitchen and the McMansions. I don't have that. And I got to tell you, I go to a lot of people's houses. And where I live, there's not a lot of houses that look like the ones that I'm seeing. And if you're blessed enough to have that build, and that's wonderful. There's a place for that stage of life that you're in, and there's an audience of people who will love the way you organize your K-cups or your Nespresso pods, or how you place your stools all around the island. There are people that are still in that level of life. But for us that don't live that life, I don't want us to spend too much time coveting someone else's life. We're not even coveting someone else's life. Wishing your life that was great enough for you to be different or better because of what you see someone else's experience is, what someone's vacation is, what someone's home is. 2026, no. I am, like that meme says, ain't nobody got time for that. Focus on your happy plan. Have your vision boards, your dreams, your wishes, your hopes. Wonderful. Anything that moves you forward to accomplishing those things that are great. But you have 24 hours a day, in a day. And there's a large part of that you're sleeping. Don't sleep on the rest of your day. Don't sleep on the rest of your life. Find your tribe, talk to other women, do something fun like mahjong, stretch, meditate, pray, exercise, have an attitude of gratitude, take care of your soul first. Everything starts from within. Take care of what's inside so you can focus on the outside, because then the better version of you can be there for others, to do for others. Charity starts at home. This is your home. This is your home. This is your home. Start here. Put your mask on first. And really sit in reflection of what is past, what can be improved, and how to be a happier, healthier version of yourself in this coming year. And that is what I hope for all of you. And I have tried to record this 10 times with my barking dog, so I'm going to end it here. Have an amazing rest of 2025 and an amazing, 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 happy, healthy 2026. Take care. Bye.